Okay, hi guys. I am back. I have been gone for quite a while. I wasn't expecting to be gone this long, but you know, things happen. I wanted to get this video up much sooner, unfortunately, because of things that went down. I couldn't. So I'm sorry. But anyways, this is my March favorites and fails. So if you want to see what I've been loving as well as hating, let's get into it. Regardless, that's why this is a favorite, just a reintroduction to something that is such an old staple for most people, and I just found a new love for it again, as they are essentially the same type of product. This is the ATEM Snow Non-Drying Enzyme Powder Wash. It's just a little, it's very similar to the Tatcha Rice Powder Wash, and I would say the same thing about this one. Dermalogica sent this one to me. It's their Daily Superfoliant. It is a powder wash. So, like, if I would, you could probably see some on the cap. It's just this very, like, charcoal color looking powder, and you mix, you know, water with it, and it just creates a nice foamy wash on your face. And I've stated before how much I love foamy face cleansing products, but a lot of them can be very stripping for me. I don't like that squeaky clean feeling on my face, and I find that these powder washes, these dry like enzyme washes, are way more gentle on my skin, and I prefer them so much more over like a liquid version. But regardless, these both are wonderful. This one's a K-beauty brand. Dermalogica is a little bit more known. This one's full size. You cannot get this one full size yet. You can only purchase like the deluxe sizes. But I took this with me when I went out of town the past few weeks, and I love it. And I still have like a decent amount left in it. So, I mean, I would recommend either one of these or any like powder wash that you find. They're all different price points, so you know, it's just finding which one you enjoy the most. This one has like a charcoal color, like I stated, instead of that white color, so I don't know if maybe it's just a little bit more cleansing because it has charcoal in it. Yeah, it says it has activated charcoal to help purify the skin and absorb environmental toxins from your pores. So yeah, I mean, there's charcoal in this one. So if you are that type of person that really loves using like a charcoal mask, this would probably be a good option for you as well. But I don't find either of these stripping. Like I said, they're just really comfortable and a good sensory experience, you know, when you're washing your face. I don't have too many skincare items, but I do want to talk about them all first, and then I'll go into my makeup favorites, just because I think there's like an even amount. But this was very disappointing, mostly because I don't remember it feeling like when I first started trying. Let me back up. This is the Caudalie Vino Perfect Instant Brightening Moisturizer. So that's what it looks like. This is what it looks like on the inside. I clearly have used a decent amount. I mean, it was totally filled to the top. So I have used a lot of this product. I have a very well-rounded thoughts on this, and it's strange because when I first started using this, you know, I was using it in the morning, so every morning I was putting makeup on top of it, and I never noticed it responding a certain way. And then I, you know, was trying to finish some older face moisturizers in my collection, put this one on the back burner, and then I came back to this one when I finished a few more, and this does not perform the way I want it to at all. It pills so bad. It pills horribly, whether you're just using this like on its own with no other makeup product or skincare product. It pills alone, it pills with other skincare products, it pills with, you know, your foundation. The second you put a primer on, it's just literally lifting off of your skin. I don't know why I haven't heard other people talk about how badly this lays, and it's very disappointing for me because I love the Caudalie creams that I've tried. I had their SOS hydration cream. It's super thick. I loved that for nighttime, and I finished it up. I've bought their like really light baby pink Caudalie tube face cream. That's one of my all-time favorites. It's a very like gel watery consistency, and while I love the scent still of this and the consistency of this, it just does not wear well at all. I've seen people on Instagram promoting this, so I don't know if it ended up getting reformulated and now the formula is better. I wouldn't know that, but I don't recommend it. This guy is awful. This is a fail. It's from Plant Apothecary. It's the Wash Your Face Aloe and Lemongrass face wash. I probably received this a little over 6 months ago, and I clearly used quite a bit of it. I enjoyed this when I first received this. Both my husband and I really like this. It's not stripping, it's very like moisturizing on the face. But I had received a lot of skincare recently, so I had put this back in my drawer and started using a few others just to see how I liked them. And I brought this back out in the beginning of March. It smells terrible. It smells so bad. I don't know if any of you have an aloe plant, but I used to own quite a few, and one of mine I had sitting like right beside my couch on our end table, and I kept getting this whiff of, it almost smelled like rotting milk or rotting baby formula. It just smelled like something was rotting, and I couldn't figure out what it was. And then all of a sudden, like about a week and a half later, the smell was still there, and my aloe plant was dying. It was wilting. The leaves of it were just mushy. So I took it outside, took it out of the pot, and the whole like root system was just moldy and rotting. And that was that god-awful smell. That's what I kept smelling for weeks in my house, was this aloe plant that was dying on me, and I didn't know what that smell was. That's what this smells like, and it has aloe in it, so I can only assume it stinks because of the aloe in here. It's you know, it's a vegan, gluten-free, cruelty-free product. So the shelf life of this is 6 months, and I've at least had it 6 months, but I'm disappointed it didn't last longer, a little longer than that. It's an awful smell. I liked it in the beginning, like I said. So if, you know, this was a nice, like, greener formula, cleaner formula that you wanted to try, I would recommend this. I don't think it works well to take off a whole cake face. It's just a great, you know, shower cleanser without being stripping. But if you have a ton in your collection, or you know you're not going to use this within 6 months, do not get this. It will go bad on you really, really fast. But regardless of that, it was fine. I'm really disappointed because it didn't last long. And unfortunately for me, you know, if I want to, you know, totally finish a product in my collection, I kind of need it to last longer than 6 months, or I'm never going to get any use out of my products. All right, I've got one more skincare product, and then the rest are makeup. This is the Pharmacy Feeling Good Hyaluronic Acid Plumping Serum. This is pretty new on the market. You can get it at Sephora now. I love the scent of this. I love this product. I love how it makes my skin look. It really makes my skin look healthy, youthful. I am wearing it today underneath all my makeup. It's a very smooth, slick consistency. Let me see if I can pump some on the back of my hand. It's a really, really nice formula. It's so smooth. It feels watery, but almost like slick at the same time. It's just a really comfortable, you know, sensory experience. It smells good. It works wonders. I think that's, you know, the reason why I like this product so much is that it actually works. It works well. It does what it says it's gonna do. It says it's a skin plumping micro-filling serum that hydrates and smooths the look of fine lines. 100% I agree in that. It is so plumping on the skin. It really does hydrate your skin and help to smooth out your skin, which naturally, you know, if you have fine lines and wrinkles, the more hydrated your skin is, the less pronounced your wrinkles are going to look. It really does help with the look of your skin. So I really do adore this. I have tried so many pharmacy products recently that have been falling head over heels for, and I'm so happy because I've tried a few in the beginning that just weren't for me, and I have 2 recently that I've just been obsessed with, and it smells good. You can't beat the smell. The smell really is wonderful. First, I'll kind of group these together. This is the Becca Cosmetics Under Eye Brightening Corrector Cream. I have it in the shade light to medium. I never thought I needed a color corrector. You know, my skin doesn't, I don't have dark circles under my eyes necessarily, but you know, the older I get, I'm noticing more discoloration. I can notice it more around like my nose area here, especially around my mouth. So using a little bit of this just in the, you know, the very corners of my eyes, corners of my nose here, corners of my mouth, really helps with just brightening up my face, even if I don't feel like putting any other type of makeup on. So unfortunately, Becca's going out of business. I think we all know this by now. If you can find this, pick it up. You don't need a lot of this in order for, you know, it to look the way it needs to in order for it to perform well. It performs wonderfully. I love it. I love the consistency of it. I love how hydrating it feels. The color tone of it is spot on, and I have very yellow skin, and I don't notice this to be too pink for my skin, especially if I want to wear it on its own. I can. So I I love this. I really do. This is a concealer. It's from Makeup Revolution. This was sent to me from Makeup Revolution. It's the Conceal and Define Infinite Longwear Concealer, crease proof. It's more of a hydrating full coverage concealer. One of the main reasons why I love it so much is because it's very yellow toned, which I need. Like, I need a very light yellow color for my skin, and that's just a swatch of it. It's very full coverage, and I don't necessarily want full coverage anymore, but what I like about it is it doesn't look odd. Like, it's full coverage. It clearly is, but it's so moisturizing feeling. It blends so well. I have never seen a full coverage concealer that blends this way. That I literally just pulled that down with my finger and it was just perfected. I love it. It works really, really well with other full coverage foundations. It also works really well with like skin tints. So, you know, a lot of people have, you know, dark circles, really bad acne patches. Just dotting this on certain spots or just dotting it underneath your eyes and blending it out makes the world of a difference without looking like you're wearing a ton of makeup under your eyes. I really like this. I love how hydrating it feels. It doesn't like cake and crease up on my skin. I have it underneath my eyes today with a skin tint on and it looks beautiful. I just lightly set it with an HD powder and I'm good to go. I love it. And it's really affordable too. You can't beat affordability. This is really old in my collection, but I was reintroduced to using it a different way from the YouTuber Young Wild and Polished. She has, well, let me back up. I'm going to tell you what the product is. It's a favorite. It's the Marc Jacobs Spotlight Glow Stick. God, it's just so good. This is what it looks like. It's just a very creamy highlighter. It's super natural looking. Well, it's a super natural color, I should say. Not that it's natural looking. I have it on my face today. I have been really into using this both on its own and as a base to lay other highlighters on top of it. So I was just watching a random video from Young Wild and Polished. I think it was her like holy grail makeup products, and she had a product very similar to this. It's from Wander Beauty. It was like that cream highlight stick formula. She just, you know, rubs a little bit on her finger, pats it down, and then she puts whatever highlight she wants to use, whether it's powder or liquid at the time. She puts it directly on top of that Wander Beauty stick highlight. And I have been using this the same exact way, and I love it. It's so good. Not to mention, I love this as a stick body highlighter. So like, I'm gonna put it on like your shoulder. Oh God, look at that glow. It just looks so pretty, and it doesn't look out there. Like, it just looks like your skin is hydrated. Put some on here now just so I don't look weird. There, now I got it on both. It just looks pretty. That is pretty much the main reason why I've been loving this highlighter so much. I loved it from the day I have bought it, and I've had it for quite a few years at this point. It doesn't smell bad. The formula hasn't changed or anything like that, so I am going to continue using it. I'm just happy that I found a way that I'm going to use it more in my collection now, and now that it's getting warmer out and I'm showing more skin, I can put it on my body now too. So yeah, I love it. Okay, I'm going to talk about one more favorite, and then I'll talk about a fail. So this blush, I always use this blush in the summer and fall time, but it's getting really warm here where I live, so I've really been amping up the amount that I've been using this blush. This is the Revlon Insta-Ready blush. I have it in the shade Nude Kiss. Now, I was just in Target the other day and I saw this in Target, so I know it's still available. This is the prettiest, I'm not kidding you, the prettiest blush shade. It is that perfect, like, burnt red terracotta type of color. I don't know what it is about this shade. It is like, it truly is the perfect, you got kissed by the sun type of shade. I love it. It's so easy to blend out. It's sheer enough that you're not gonna mess it up, but it is also very, very buildable, so you can just literally continue building it up until you get the opacity that you want, but again, it can still be sheared out very easily. Oh my goodness, I adore this. I love this formula too. It's a very, very user-friendly type of formula, and they do have other colors. I have not tried any of the other colors, mostly because I don't know if I'm going to like them as much as I like this shade in particular, but I kind of want them to expand on this formula, especially if they could do like a bronzer stick like this. I feel like that would be such a good option. So yeah, I have mentioned this in a recent video, although I don't know which video is going to be up first, but these are any of the Buxom lip glosses. The lip polishes, this one is the lip cream, the full-on lip cream. Both the full-on lip cream and the full-on lip polish. I hate this formula. It's not even, I don't mind the formula. It's very tacky and sticky. So a lot of people like that because they don't have to constantly reapply and it can still look high shine, but I would much prefer a formula similar to like the Lime Crime Wet Cherry lip gloss. I love that really thin, like liquidy consistency. Like it's super thin, the Wet Cherry, and it looks so juicy on the lips. This still does, but it can tend to look really gloppy, gloopy. I hate when it's starting to wear off and it just feels like glue trying to open your lips apart from each other. I don't like that. I think that's like one of the worst formulas out there you can find, but I do know a lot of people love this formula. My biggest gripe about this is the scent and the flavor they use. I hate minty, menthol scents and tastes in anything. I don't like that it makes my lips feel cold. Like I'm physically chilled after putting this on my lips. I don't know why I ever bought this, because I knew it was that like plumping lip gloss where it like tingled your lips. I would much prefer tingly cinnamon over mint any day. Any day. And I hate cinnamon scented stuff too, but this was just awful. I had 3 or 4 of these and I'm just throwing it out. I cannot wear this anymore. There's so many other lip glosses in my collection that are going to go bad, and their formula I enjoy, so I'm going to stop messing around with trying to finish this up. I hate it. It literally, it reminds me of putting, it's in my mouth now after smelling it. It reminds me of putting Vicks Vapor Rub, but not on my chest, in my mouth instead, and I do not like that comparison. I don't want to associate putting on a nice expensive lip gloss to being sick and needing like Vicks Vapor Rub on my body or in my mouth. It's not good. I don't like this. There's so many better formulas than this that are cheaper too, so buy one of those. I do not like this formula, and especially the scent and the taste, just skip it. You know, this is one of their most popular products, and they have way better makeup options than this type of lip gloss. I just wish that they'd get rid of that like minty menthol scent, because I personally hate it. I don't know about you, but I will never buy that again. This product is a favorite for me. I love this product. I'm also wearing it today. I know a lot of people don't like it. It's the Maybelline Sky High Mascara. I just love it. It really does do a good job at lengthening lashes. I was shocked at how fast I was going through this product at first. And I think now that it's, you know, a little over a month old, almost closer to 2 months old being open at this point, I think I am happy with it way more now that the formula has dried out a little bit. When I first was using this, it really clumped my lashes together, and it doesn't do that anymore. Like, I feel like my lashes look really separated now, and that's, you know, what I want from a mascara. I want to keep them as separated as possible without compromising length. I really love long elongated lashes, and I want them separated. Now that this formula is a little bit older, I think it performs that way much better than it did originally. So, you know, this is really affordable. I think it's a very similar formula to the Benefit Bad Gal Bang, except this one doesn't clump nearly as bad as that one. It gives the same amount of amazing length that one does, but it's not nearly as clumpy. The reason why I enjoy it too is a reason why a lot of people don't like it. People complain at how difficult it is to remove this mascara now. Yes, to remove it any other way you would a normal mascara is not going to work. This is almost, I would consider this formula very close to the formula of a tubing mascara in the way that you have to remove it. You need warm water to remove this, and just like rub the lashes lightly between your fingers, but as long as you have that warm water to really break up the formula, you're gonna have no issue with removing it. I just remove it with an oil cleanser and warm water, and it comes right off. But you do need to let it soak on warm water for a while. So even if you just like are in the shower, the hot water, and you just press your hands over your lashes and kind of work on them, you're gonna be fine. So the formula doesn't bug me in that way. And I know like a lot of my friends personally, especially on Instagram, say how much they hate taking this off at the end of the night, which it doesn't bug me. I still enjoy it. Just a little tip for any of you, if you're wondering how to get this off, that is the best way I have experienced taking it off works. Okay, I have 2 products left. This one I'm going to talk about is a massive fail, and then the last one is a favorite. I got this product sent to me from Octoly. It is from the brand Freck. It is their Cheek Slime Lip and Cheek Tint, and I have the shade Cuffed. I was so excited. I was so excited to receive this. I couldn't wait to use it. And then I started using it the first day. And then I used it the second day. And then the third day. And the 4th day. And no matter what way I tried it, with whatever brush, sponge, fingertip, if I applied it on its own, with a tinted moisturizer, with a full coverage foundation, regardless of how this was applied or what it applied with, it was patchy. That is the dropper of the shade. So I'll kind of, I wonder if it'll do it on camera. First off, it looks way more pink in person, which isn't necessarily like a bad thing. Can you see that? Oh, I just did it. Look at that. So it's starting to dry, and if I run my finger over it again, it just totally lifts the product up where it almost looks patchy. I mean, that's essentially what it's doing. It's turning really patchy on me. And first off, the product is very high coverage. It's very opaque. So if you can get this to work for you and you have a darker skin tone, and I'm talking much darker than me, like you're not Caucasian. If you are not Caucasian and you have really dark skin, I think you would probably enjoy this product if you can get it to work for you. This is very colorful and opaque on my cheeks. It definitely shows that I'm wearing a blush. You do not need a lot of this, but I cannot figure out a better way to use this or apply this. Like, you see how freaking patchy that is? Am I crazy? It doesn't look, it doesn't look right. There's something about it that just doesn't look right. And I think it's because of the formula. This formula, in the way it applies on the skin and in the way it dries down, reminds me a lot of those CoverGirl cream blushes, the liquid blushes that are in the squeeze tube. That's what this formula reminds me of, because I know a lot of people thought that very patchy, and this performs in the same way that that formula does, in which it dries down very fast. You need to be really, really fast in blending this out. It needs to be totally blended seamlessly, or you're gonna have that ring around the edge, and you're gonna have a clear demarcation of where your blush was put on your face. My issue when I applied it to my face, and I'll see if I can put a photo of what it looked like here, but regardless, when I was applying it with my fingertips, a dense brush, a stippling brush, a sponge, I would, have it on my finger, I would dot it down, and then I would quickly need to blend it in. And where it was originally dotted down, once I started blending it in, that would lift off. It would lift my foundation off, and it would just be this ring of circle all around that spot where it was first laid down. There'd be nothing in that spot, and then just this dark circle around it of color. So it was very patchy for me, and I almost wish the formula was just a little creamier so that it didn't dry down totally, so that it was easier to work with, because this is not easy to work with, at least not for me, and it's really disappointing because it's adorable. It's so cute, but I cannot get this to work for me. So this is a no-no. Don't buy this. There's plenty of other formulas. If you really want to buy a good liquid blush, get one of the NARS liquid blushes. Those are some of my top favorites. There's one from Clove and Aloe that I highly recommend. And then Flower Beauty has a stunning liquid blush in a tube. It's stunning. It's super user-friendly, very easy to use. So I would recommend any of those over this one any day of the week. Lastly, my last obsession, because it really is an obsession at this point, I have a huge love for this, and I'm so excited I finally purchased it. It is the Soul Body Face and Body Bronzing Balm. Now, I know the specific shade of this went viral for being a dupe for the Chanel cream bronzer, and that was the shade Light. I have the shade Fair, and I've been really into like the natural bronze tones, the ones that are just a few shades different from your skin tone, and that's what this is for me. It's very, very close to my actual skin color. Let's see. I want to do a thick swatch so you can actually see the color of it. Yeah. So you can clearly see it's not too far off from my actual skin tone color. So that's what I've found to be the best type of bronzer shades for me. The lighter and closer to my skin tone, the more natural and better it looks. I don't look like I have demarcations of bronzer, of obvious bronzer on my face. It's just this really pretty, really good bronzer shade, and you know, you can use it as an all over like bronzing balm, and I think it works just as well. Just adds a little bit of color to the skin, and it's a really good undertone. It's very yellow, which I need, and almost like yellow neutral with like a slight hint of green in it maybe, but that like undertone is what's like perfect for my skin. So that is why this has been such a favorite for me. I love how cream, look at the dent in this thing. Like, I clearly loved this, but yeah, I love this product. I think it's so stinking good. It's supposed to be a body bronzer, but I only really use it on my face. I love the scent of it as well. It's really affordable. I was debating on getting the Light. I just went with the Fair. You know, I thought it would work much better for my skin tone, and it does. Yeah, this is a huge win for me, so I'm super happy I have this in my collection. I love it. I really do love it. So that's it, you guys. That's all I have to talk about. Those are my faves and fails for the month of March. Again, I'm so sorry. This is really late. This is a really late video. I've been off for a while unintentionally, and I haven't had anything around me. I haven't been home to film with my stuff. So yeah, sorry. Things happen. But I hope you guys stick around, and I can't wait to see you all in my next video, and I hope you like this one. I'll talk to you all later. Bye.